constructing a systems wall. It's freestanding and it rotates 180 degrees on this axis, so you can climb on both sides.
Come on, Flan.
This is not my calling. My name is Flannery Shay-Nemirow, and I'm 19 years old. I started climbing when I was, I think 11 years old. At that point, I saw people who were training. I was like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to try hard, you know? And that's the way to get strong.
We didn't know beans about the climbing world. We were, of course, worried about her safety and all that stuff, as parents are. But she just took off.
Once I started climbing outside, I knew it was something that I really wanted to continue doing and really wanted to push myself at.
She was built for it and just loved it. She applied herself to climbing like she'd never done anything before.
When I was 15, I was climbing in Joe's Valley, and I managed to tear the extensor tendon process off of my finger. When I broke my finger, it was a sign that I really needed to reassess what I wanted to do with my climbing.
The injury forced her to live without climbing, and climbing is the center of her life.
The only choice I had was to start training other parts of my body. So my core got really strong, my flexibility increased, just my tension got better. It's been 2 years since my injury, and I think it's now time that I start focusing on my finger strength again. I don't feel like my finger's gonna get hurt. I can kind of start to close it a little bit more than I could originally. Basically, we need to put up this frame, so we're gonna hang it from this piece of like steel pole in the middle of the wall. And after we get the frame up, we're gonna put up the campus board, make it a little bit lighter, see how it works, see what shakes. And then I guess we'll throw pads underneath it and start campusing, get psyched on training. It works, we did it! The easiest way to get started on a campus board is dead hangs. And that just involves hanging with your feet off the ground, shoulders engaged, and trying to get your fingers warmed up to the idea of actually pulling on these campus rungs. I would recommend hanging on each rung for about 10 seconds and do about 3 to 5 sets of that. Once you've kind of gotten a handle on dead hangs, it's important to start building up again. So the next step is doing a long move. And that involves starting matched on whatever rung you feel comfortable starting matched on, and doing a long move to whatever rung you feel comfortable going to. Once you feel comfortable with long moves, the next step is a ladder. As you start matched on one rung, do a long move, and then do another long move, avoiding matching in the middle to another rung. So for instance, you could do one, so start on the first rung, go to the third rung, and move to the fifth rung. What that does is kind of teaches your body how to move when you don't have good feet, just when the tension isn't there. So after you feel that you can ladder pretty consistently, the next thing to do is bump. So what I would recommend is starting matched on 1, going up to 3, and then keep going with your left hand to 4, 5, 6, until you just can't keep extending. And then jump off, do the other side. So double bumps, that's kind of the pinnacle of campus training. In order to double campus, what you do is you start matched on 1, and you kind of throw yourself both hands. I would recommend even to 3. And then you catch it, and very quickly you move back down to 2, and then up to 4. So it's like you're kind of just throwing yourself around on the campus board, but it's a good way to build just immediate contact strength, you know?
I would say I haven't seen any girls who are better at campusing than Flannery. I think the climbing development right now is really coming from a lot of strong people like Flannery who started out inside the gym, and they developed a lot of power and a lot of really strong movement patterns from the gym, and then they've taken that outside.
When I go out to climb and I find a boulder problem that's got tiny little credit card edges on it, I feel like that's something I can excel on now. There's a problem in Poudre Canyon called castaway, and it's something I've had my eye on for a really long time. The credit card edges and the long dynamic moves are really going to put my campusing skills and my finger strength to the test. The crux, to me, of climbing on small holds is just pain tolerance. It's just dealing with the pain that comes with it. But it's all part of the process, you know, and it's all making me a better climber. point in climbing, I feel like I'm strong enough so I can start pushing the limits of female climbing. This is just the tip of the iceberg for me.